Welcome to another edition of Great Health, Abundant Happiness, and Outrageous Love. Up here at Copper Mountain, heading up on the gondola here. It's a nice little break from the cool breeze out there, although it is pretty sweet and the weather's nice.
Beautiful.
You
and
feel
nobody's
spring.
here on the mountain.
Yeah, it is really quiet. It's nice. We just want to do a quick video. This has been haunting me. Karen and I have been looking into ketosis and all that with fat burning. So watching a few things on I want to say TV streaming, whatever it was,
Right.
Amazon, Netflix.
To be clear, we are investigating ketosis specifically, not the keto diet, because it's a very...
Well, that's why I said ketosis.
Exactly, but I wanted to explain that for most people because
Yes.
I didn't know that, when I heard keto, I only thought of the keto diet. The reason it was brought to our attention is a book that we read called Grow a New Body by Alberto, I'm probably not going to pronounce this right, but Villoldo.
All right.
And he talks about...
But you can look it up, grow a new body, you'll see it, Alberto.
Body, yes. Yep. And so he talks about getting into this detox of ketosis in order to grow a new body. He is not recommending this as a state that you stay in and that you follow a keto diet by any means.
Right, and I don't think the keto diet, we're not experts there, but I don't think they say to follow that forever. I looked it up. It said 3 to 6 months, because once I learned about that, I'm like, you can't do this for long.
Right. And we'll talk about that another time when we know more, but we're not experts on that, and that's not our topic.
Anywho, the reason why we looked up ketosis, and yes, you do fall into, as Karen mentioned, this keto diet, which is very interesting. But the whole idea is what's going on in this country, and our eating habits have changed so much. The part that just intrigued me by this film on ketosis, they were talking about the change of our diets. But the one thing that impacted me most was they showed a clip of the 1950s as one of the Apollo landings. I don't know if it was the first one or whatever. I may have the dates off, but it was the 1950s, black and white, people sitting on top of old station wagons to see the Apollo launch, up and down the streets of a major city like New York, black and white. Everyone's got
the San Francisco trolley.
Yeah, they got short 1950s haircuts, plaid shirts with short sleeves, button downs. You know what I mean? That whole look, and everybody is skinny as a rail.
100% of the people
skinny.
We're skinny, not just
I shouldn't say skinny, just their natural weight that they should be.
Skinny compared to people today.
Well, it's what they should be. It's just their
right.
weight. But then they showed the contrast of a couple of events going on and up and down the street, and they showed all these morbidly obese people. It was just like, this was just a camera open on the street. It wasn't going to any specific spot. And when you looked at the two sets of clips, it was like we were looking at two different planets. And to me, I'm skiing down the hill, and it's just in my brain. It's like, holy shit, what are we doing to ourselves? What are people doing? And I guess the biggest thing that bothered me in this, and I give Karen credit for this, I never read any labels on foods and any of this stuff, but most of you guys probably know the story. Once we went fat-free, all the products on the shelves.
We're talking about the
country.
United States.
Yeah, the country. They started pumping high fructose corn syrup, sugar into everything to make up for the fat content. And, it's like USDA approved. It's just crazy. You go up and down the aisles, ketchup loaded with sugar, peanut butter loaded with sugar. I'm pretty sure peanut butter just needs to be peanuts. I mean, the peanut butter that we buy, go look at it. You look at the ingredients, it's peanuts.
How about heart healthy stickers on canola oil? That's a processed product that is so bad.
I guess I'd just like to know comments. And are we the only ones? I mean, do people just not read the labels? Do they not know? But you see those pictures from 1950s and today, where I don't even know if this is true. The stat in the show I was watching, it said 75% of the people are either obese or morbidly obese, which is just, it's hard for me to really buy off on that. That's an unbelievable
Based
number.
on that visual, it seemed to me like everybody was obese compared to everyone was normal and thin back in the 50s.
But I can tell you, we can go down here at the bottom of this lift, and I don't think it's 78% as I see people skiing here. So I don't know. It depends on probably where you're going, where you look. Whatever it is, it's probably north of 50%. I don't think I've ever read a stat that's below 50%.
Right.
Which that just cries out for, we have to do something differently. So I'm just wanted to put this shout out, want to hear your thoughts, but it's amazing to me. If you go look at the labels on all the big brands, they pumped high fructose corn syrup into everything, which sugar turns to fat in the human body. Right. I think everybody knows that.
So now they're taking that out because we, the Americans, it's been brought to our attention. So they're putting in pure cane sugar. Oh, that's so much better for you. Not. Oh my gosh, it's so upsetting. And what's wild is if you look at labels here in the U.S. versus labels in other countries for the exact same product by the exact same, let's say a craft product, the labels will be different because their laws are so much stricter to protect the people, and still not great.
Right, I know you're probably not watching, but see the house behind us? Coming in.
Okay, so wishing you great health, abundant happiness, and outrageous love from the top of the Eagle Lift at Copper Mountain.
We'll see you guys.